Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my stamp studio. I'm Nancy Thompson, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Skaneateles, New York, and I welcome you. I'm late. I was looking for the bundle that goes with the designer paper that we're using today, and I can't find it, all right? It's been a little crazy and hectic here for the past, I don't know, couple of weeks. So, but you can find it online. It's the Charming Day bundle, I believe is the name it's called, and it was released the beginning of July, and it's a beautiful bundle to use. So again, I'm Nancy Thompson, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here from Skaneateles, New York, and I welcome you. I'm hoping that my goal is for you to feel inspired to go into your crafting area and create something beautiful and share that beautiful creations with somebody that you love. So let's get started, okay? It's been quite busy here at the house. We have been extracting honey for the last 2 days. So, so it's cleanup time. So hopefully if you hear any background noise, it's Mary Pat trying to get cleaned up so she can go home and rest. It's been a long couple of days for her. Okay, so let's do this. So, and if you're new to my channel, I welcome you. Whoops, that's not the one I wanted. Hang on, I want the newsletter, okay? Subscribe to my newsletter so you can get the latest tutorials. This one will not be a tutorial because I'm using it in my monthly thank you gift for a $50 order for the month of July. Let me just kind of share you the thank you cards, okay? So this will be the video that will go along with the thank you gift. It is, here's card number 1, and then here's 2, and then 3, 4, and 5, and 6. You're gonna get the supplies for either 4 to 6 cards, okay? I haven't done the math yet. So it will be somewhere in that vicinity, and probably 6, okay? And you will get everything pre-cut, and all you need to do is provide your own adhesive and a greeting, okay? So let's look at this fabulous designer paper. This is the Floral Charm designer paper, and it is just beautiful. What I love about this paper is this is the front side, this is the back side, so that way it coordinates. I love that you can just use the back side and it coordinates with the front. Sometimes it doesn't, and you have to mix and match and play around to get the beautiful coordination. Here's this one right here. We'll just kind of, we'll flip through these, and then we've got this beautiful Blackberry Bliss color scheme. So there's some Berry Burst in here, Mossy Meadow, and Blackberry Bliss, and Pretty Peacock as well. Then we have this one, which coordinates with this Timid Tiger. Okay, and then we've got these beautiful flowers that has a solid background of Mossy Meadow. And then I think this one's my favorite with the, these are Timid Tiger, but it looks a lot like Cajun Craze, but not really. But I love it with the Pretty Peacock coloring. Let's get this out of the way. And then these are gorgeous too. I think the color in the designer paper is Early Espresso, but this looks a lot like Pecan Pie to me. And it's got that Berry Burst in there. So that's our designer paper that we're working with today. So as I said, this is a card sketch, so it's a simple and easy card for you to create, and we are going to start with some basic beige. This is one of our new cardstock colors that Stampin' Up! Came out with. I think it's been like 2 years now. We're gonna use a 5.5 by 8.5 inch of paper, okay, and we'll see if we can get an earshot. So 5.5 by 8.5, and we're gonna score it at 4 1/4 inches. Okay, remember the light blade is our scoring blade. because it gives it a light touch, and the dark is the cut blade. So we're going to just score it at 4 1/4. And we have our card base, and we'll just burnish it with our bone folder a little bit better. And then next, as long as we got the trimmer out, we are starting with a piece of designer paper that is, and I gotta find my measurements, here we go. That is 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches wide by 4.5 inches tall, okay? And so this is 3.5. What did I do? I gotta look at my ruler. I can't remember what I did. Okay, I cut it at 2 inches. So I'm gonna look at the directional. I want 2 inches from the bottom cut off. So I think that's the way I want it to be. So, because I don't want it directly in half. I want it kind of midway, okay? So remember what I said, what I loved is, now we're gonna just take and flip that piece over, and that's gonna be part of our card front. Okay, we're done with the designer paper. And let's adhere this. Hi, Shirley. Yay, I have somebody joining me in. Okay, so we have, and hopefully I did these right. So we have a piece of cardstock that we're gonna mat our designer paper pieces on. And this is 3 5/8 wide by 4 5/8. And let's adhere these on. So I'm not gonna worry about it matching up in the middle. I just want to, my little tip for my glue bottle fell out. Sometimes I have trouble getting it back in. So I only really wanna worry about 3 sides, okay? The middle one I'm not gonna worry about. So let's adhere these 2 pieces to our pretty peacock cardstock. Okay, it is an extremely hot day here in Central New York. Again, hot and humid, and I'm thankful to be inside with air conditioning. Okay, so I think many of you knew that I was co-chairing our Quilt Guild picnic, and I just have to say what a fabulous time it was last night. Everything went off without a hitch, and most everything, and I think everybody had a fabulous time. And our ice cream truck that we had coming to our picnic was like the perfect touch. Okay, so this is what I mean. You don't really need to worry about the middle. You just really want to make sure your 3 sides are. Hi, Charlotte, welcome. Okay, our next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put this on our card base, okay? So I made it so there's lots of area showing on there. I just like that clean and simple, clean cut look. If you wanted to, you could do a little embossing on it, maybe attach another emboss piece. You could do a little stamping, but I just kept it clean and simple. And we're gonna just put this on flat today. And I just realized I didn't get the punch out that I needed. And hopefully I'm looking to see if I can access it behind my camera here. Okay, so we're gonna just center this on our card front, and we need to grab a piece of scrap paper as well, because we're gonna need a piece of scrap for our greeting. Okay, I think that'll work. Let's put that here, and I gotta grab my punch. Alrighty. Okay, so the next step in this is I have a 3/4 inch strip of Timid Tiger, and this is just gonna fit right across there. And I'm gonna use this old retired punch and just punch off a little bit. Hopefully, I should just, yeah, that looks good, okay? And we'll just put this in the middle here. So that's why it didn't really matter if we, you know, if our paper was separated or overlapped, because this is gonna cut it away. It's gonna hide it all. All right, so let's do our greeting. We are using, I love this Just a Note in this Notes and Totes bundle. I have yet to make a tote with it, but hopefully soon, okay? And if you're loving these ideas, you can order any of these supplies in my online store as well. So let's grab our Just a Note with some Memento ink. Stamp it on this piece of scrap here. There we go. And we'll take our heartfelt hexagon punch here and punch this out. There we go. Now we're going to use some dimensionals. Okay. So let's grab some dimensionals, Nancy. Here we go. Okay. Let's do that. And then let's just pop this right here. Simple and easy. Now I kept it even really simple. No ribbon, no twine, no nothing. But it could, oh, I think I smudged that. You could, but I think we're gonna just keep it really simple and add some rhinestone jewels. So let's use our Take Your Pick tool and just add them on either side. Okay, I think it's just enough for this card. You could look to see what other coordinating gems you have, but let's make the inside fancy too. So I have a 1/2 inch strip of designer paper. So let's add this to the bottom flap. You know, it doesn't always have to be on the bottom. It could be, this is too short for that, but it could go along the side as well, just as for something different. Okay, so I hope you guys are all staying cool today because it's hot out there. I'm anxious to see what Mary Pat got for honey, because we do keep track of it. Whoops, I dropped that. So let's see. I know it's a lot. It's more than what she had in 45?
400 to 500.
So probably 400 to 500 pounds is what she's estimating. Once she totals it up, she hasn't weighed it yet. That'll be tomorrow's job, because she's pooped out. It's a lot of work. All right, let's cut this. And she got an electric motor for her extractor, which makes it so much nicer and quieter too. You don't have to stand there and crank all day. You just kind of watch it spin. All right, here we go. Let's add this. So our white cardstock is, I've got a dimension here for you. Our white cardstock is 3 7/8 wide by 5 1/8, and then the cardstock mat is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So easy peasy. This makes a really nice set of note cards for friends, family, whatever, to give as a gift, to have on hand as a gift. There, isn't that just beautiful? I like this basic beige. I think it's just a nice switch to use versus white or vanilla. It goes well with this paper. Okay, let's do our envelope, okay? And I'll show you those cards again. That is my thank you gift with a $50 order, okay, for the month of July. I'm caught up. Other than I have a few kits I need to mail out, which is going to be either today or tomorrow. So I'm trying to get my next newsletter out. And there'll be lots of great news in there. So make sure, if you're local to me especially, there's some great events coming up, and I want to make sure you know about them, and anyone is welcome to attend. I'll be at the Jordan Elbridge Community Center in August, and then we'll be doing a team event in October as well. Okay, there's our finished card. Wasn't that like super simple? Okay, we made that in less than 15 minutes, all right? So let's just check these out one more time. Here's that one, and then this one, and then we've got this, and this, and that. So this is going to be your supply kit. So you'll need words, you'll have punch pieces for you to stamp your greeting on, and your adhesives, okay? Hi, Pat. Okay, so let's sure that everybody, you know, can attend that needs to. So, all right, so I hope you enjoyed today's card class, card today, and let's see, what else do I want to say? Come back on, oh, hi, Beverly, thank you. So come back on Friday, and I'm going to try to make this card into a fun fold, okay? So wait till you see what I come up with that, all right? I got a lot of designing to do. So, anyway, so stay cool, enjoy the rest of the day, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and I will see you all soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.